Jimmy turned me on to the whole mice thing. I go, Jimmy, I found a mouse in my apartment. And Jimmy freaked out. He goes, if you have one, that means you have hundreds. I'm like, shut up, Jimmy. No fucking way. I got just one dumb stray mouse. And I killed that motherfucker in a glue trap and then proceeded to kill between 50 and 60 more with electric traps.
Infestation.
Yes. Jimmy was correct. Oh, they're all around you. They're just trying to figure out how to get back into your apartment because they know that's where the good eats are.
Good eats.
Yeah.
Right.
The num-nums.
Huh?
How'd you get rid of the mice? I made a deal with them. We played tic-tac-toe. I won 3 out of 4 games.
They had to leave.
That's right.
You temporarily got rid of the mice, my friend.
So they're still there, right?
Yeah.
I would guarantee it. You know what? Any of those electric traps around?
I'm not sure.
Set one of those electric traps. I guarantee. I will bet you $100, but then I don't know if you're going to be bullshitting me.
Shocking.
That you find one by tomorrow morning.
If I set the trap,
one electric trap.
I'll bring it in.
With some peanut butter in there.
Okay.
All right?
You got it.
I'm telling you they're still around. Let's say hi to Dave in New York. Dave.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave.
How you doing, guys?
Good.
Good evening.
Hey, you.
Hey, happy birthday, Jimmy.
Thanks,
Hey, Dave, do you work in New York City?
I work in New York City. I'm a pest control operator. I'm licensed in New York and New Jersey. And I just want to let you know you can rest easy, Opie. You don't. Those egg casings can be dropped in a bucket of acid, and nothing will get inside them. But if you crush them with your shoe, there's nothing that's going to hatch from them.
All right. What if one gets in the
the tread.
The tread of your sneaker or something?
Nah, they can't. They got to move around. They can be killed very easily when they're very small.
Sir, the way I kill roaches is I sit on them bare bottom. What are some of the eggs you're caught in my ass hair?
Oh, jeez. I don't have an answer for that. I wish I did. But
hey,
just
Dave.
Want to let you know.
Dave, screw the roaches. I want to know about rats. You do pest control in New York City?
Yes, I do.
All right. What's your feeling on rats? How many rats are in New York City?
Millions.
Rats, Michael.
Millions. I go out and I fight the good fight every day, but there's more and more.
I never told anyone. Finally got to the end of that rat book that I've been, picking up every once in a while, and just fascinated with rats. Yeah, they're everywhere. Why don't we see more rats then? Everyone says there's millions and millions in New York City, but you rarely see one.
Usually they're nocturnal. You won't see them until the infestation is so big that they're running around in the street during the day.
Right.
So, they burrow underneath, and every once in a while, like if you're driving up West Street, and you know how they have those little, those concrete things with the trees coming out of them on the promenade?
Yeah.
Every once in a while, you'll see one of them popping out of the sewer. From there, they're just going to grab something and they're running right back into the hole. So they're primarily nocturnal.
You know where I see a good amount of rats? Not now that they're not doing construction, but Washington Square Park. When you walk by at like 3 in the morning at the park, you just see like the leaves scuffling constantly. They're moving around.
Oh, yeah.
It is infested. All parks are infested with rats.
Yeah, especially in the subway systems also. I mean, there's not any time of the day you can go down in the subways and see multiple rats. I know that when I'm walking to the studio in the morning, any garbage day, just pick any garbage day that there's a bag on the street of New York. If you kick it, rats will come running out of them. And it's happened to me a bunch of times.
Oh, my God.
Just
and
plenty of
if
rats.
they actually come towards you and they turn around real quick, they can get you with their tail.
Yeah.
And that hurts like a sumbitch.
How bad have you seen like roach-infested apartments or rat-infested apartments?
I've actually lifted up drop ceilings in office buildings and apartments where it actually pours down on me. It looks like a shower head full of cockroaches are coming down on me.
Oh, they just start pouring out of the ceiling?
Yeah, it's disgusting. I actually, when we're going in to do a clean out, I have to wear something similar to like a tight turtleneck kind of thing and zip up my coverall all the way to the top.
How about a glue hat in case they fall on your head?
Glue hat.
A hat made of glue.
I wear earplugs. It's gross. My neighbors think I'm insane. I got to strip down before my wife lets me into the apartment. I'm standing out there in my boxers before I got to bag everything up before I can come into my apartment.
Sure.
And the thing about rats, you'll never get rid of them. They get smarter with all the stuff you guys are coming out with to kill them, right? They learn?
It's true. Well, rats are smarter than actually mice because what a rat will do is send a probe rat out. If there's something new in the environment, when we bait, they'll send a probe rat out just to check it out, see what's going on, and if they come back and everything is all right, then he'll bring a few more of his buddies. It's actually kind of spooky the way they work.
Probe rat.
Is that why, like, they've done studies on rats, they've actually heard, when you listen real close, one going, but it's not my turn.
All right, you got point.
I don't want to go.
So what's going to
Got a bad feeling about this one.
Yeah.
What's going to end up happening with the rats? Let's say in New York City, is it going to get to a point where or do they control themselves because there's not enough food? Like, how does that work? Why aren't they continuing to multiply to the point where we have to just give up and leave New York City?
Well, actually, if there's not enough food, they will turn to cannibalism.
Right.
You know, so it's a kind of delicate balance between baiting enough and then taking enough food and harborage away. You know, this is where, like, the parks department comes in. Like, if they keep all the stuff trimmed properly, then there's no harborage for them. You know, we need to be doing a regular baiting thing on a regular basis for some of these areas where you know, a lot of these, they wouldn't allow baiting before, that kind of thing.
What do you mean by baiting? Like telling one rat that the other one said something about him?
Wait, why wouldn't they allow baiting?
Well, because you get a lot of these typical conservationists in New York City that won't allow, you know, they feel that a rat is, you know, an animal, and, you know, animals have quality of life and that kind of thing. So the conservationists in New York State, especially in New York City, have kind of tied our hands and kept us from doing the proper thing.
We're fucking doomed.
Yeah, that's pretty much
Goddamn
what's
rats.
doing us in.
Are you kidding me?
Ridiculous environmentalists.
That's it. I mean, I'm kind of glad you're here. I have a job. That's how I pay the bills. But
Recently I was walking home after a late night drink with some of the Philly crew and stuff, and we were walking by a brownstone, and there's some garbage, and I saw a rat go running into, like, the front area of a brownstone where there's some garbage, right? I go, wow, that's cool, and I went in for a closer look, and I swear to God, and maybe you could tell me what this means, the rat hissed at me. I didn't see it anymore.
Yeah, no shit, he hissed at you.
It started hissing. What does that mean? Was there babies in the area?
It was a cat.
No. Usually what happens is when you get too close and a rat is trapped, it'll get up on his hind legs and kind of do this hissing, kind of guttural sound, kind of to scare something away.
Or chews your face off.
Dude, let me tell you, I was fucking petrified because it was dark, and all I heard was this hissing coming from the darkness. I couldn't run fast enough.
Yeah, it's disgusting. And the problem with rats is on a hardness index, their teeth are actually harder than steel.
Is there a way when the rat's, like, standing up like that and
Did
hissing?
you hear that? You can't just blow by that. Their teeth are harder than steel.
Oh, okay.
On a hardness index, yeah, they can.
Why don't they
actually
make buildings out of rat teeth? Smarty.
Go ahead, Jimmy. I'm sorry, but that's an amazing fact about rats. They could gnaw through anything. Is basically what this guy's saying.
Yeah, they can actually gnaw through sewage arcs, anything, you know, below ground, any conduit that carries pipe, that carries you know, electrical wiring, anything like that. So they're really, really a nasty problem.
And they also know how to unlock their own jaws, so they could get through like tiny areas and stuff. They unhinge their own jaws.
Yeah, they don't have bones; they have cartilage.
Yeah, they can flatten their skeletons out.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they can get their head into something, they can get their whole body. You can actually take a rat and fold him backwards to where his head is touching his paint, kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And you won't break his bones.
I heard that's the equivalent of tickling a rat.
He
Like,
loves
if you
it.
fold them backwards, you can actually hear them go, tee-hee.
Look, I'm sniffing my own asshole.
Yeah, they kind of laugh about it, like, you got me.
You got
Rats are good-natured about the ribbing.
Yeah. the one thing about this book that I read, they said at any given time, I think I mentioned this on the air, but at any given time when you're walking around New York City, you're within feet of a rat.
Yeah.
They said there's all sorts of tunnels under every sidewalk. They're in the walls of almost every building. They're just everywhere.
Very true.
Let me ask you-
Very true. It's like a whole network moving right under your feet while you're walking on the sidewalk.
What about this way of getting rid of them? I've heard this might work. Whereas, like, what you do is you get into their, like, nests, and you take out their little positive affirmations that they hang, and you write negative things, and it depresses them.
You could do that. Send them in undercover like a little rat 21 Jump Street or something. I don't know.
All right, thank you, sir. Good knowledge.
Thanks, guys.
Little knowledge today for everybody. Let's go to Louisiana. Carly, what's
I'll
up?
wipe that out.
Hey, guys, I have to tell you what happened to me. I've never heard this happening to anybody else. I'm building a house in the country, and before it's finished, we move in. One night, and needless to say, the mice just infested the house.
Wait, is there a country field behind it?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Are
sir.
those probably the mice from the field?
Field
Yeah,
mice.
no doubt.
Oh,
The house
okay.
was infested. One night, I'm in bed.
Miss, I don't mean to interrupt you, but you said you hadn't finished the house. Was the roof on yet?
The roof was on.
Okay.
The
Didn't
roof was
rain on your
We
bed,
just
did
had
it?
an area that was obviously open.
Okay.
So my boyfriend and I are asleep in bed one night.
Was it spackled?
Yes. And why aren't you married if you're going to live with somebody? Do you not want the
It's so
Lord to
wrong.
accept
It's so
you in?
wrong.
Let's get to the real meat of the interview.
Living in sin.
Yes, he sent mice and pestilence to your sinful home.
It was a plague.
Were there locusts in your bedroom, you whore? No, I'm just
Flaming hail coming down on your roof.
I'm kidding, miss. Go ahead. I apologize.
Okay, so we are awakened by the.
How much of the insulation was in place at the time?
That's right, ma'am. What percentage? Was there a fire in your home? Because you said it's never happened. You've never heard it happening to anybody. So what has never happened?
Because I haven't finished the story.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well,
You're
we
right.
need to know about your unfinished house first.
It's just an area that was unfinished.
There's no floors or toilets. They just put a wooden structure around dirt on a field and they live in it.
All right, Carly, go ahead.
Go ahead, madam. I apologize.
It's okay. So we're awakened by the worst noise you've ever heard. We throw the door open. Don't know what is
Wait,
going
the
on.
worst noise
Noise
I've
you-
ever heard.
Oh, really?
Wow, my mind is going 1,000 miles an
No
hour
kidding.
coming up with nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so the worst noise you've ever heard. So your door opened. I'm here, and I've got an idea.
We can start there, Jimmy, and continue.
E-Rock, have you seen my toothbrush?
Or, hi, I'm Rich. I'll be teaching your children.
See, that was a Rich Foss
Okay.
joke. Yes. All right, Carly.
Here?
Worst noise
Okay.
you ever heard?
We throw the door open, and there is a scene from Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds going on in the house. The birds have circulated a memo that this is Mouse House, and there are like 2,000 birds killing the mice all in the house.
Wait, 2,000 birds?
Okay, maybe 200.
That's still a lot of birds.
The house is black
Right.
with birds. The house is black.
How did the birds get in?
Well, what does your house look like? Well, it's a little house on a stick, and it just has a hole in the front. And that's where we live. And the floor has all kinds of little seeds on it.
Seed floor.
Yes. It's a gingerbread house, and the birds like it.
And I can't even like talk to my boyfriend because it's too loud. We're having to scream at each other. And so
Were your floors made of newspaper? Maybe they misunderstood. Yes, my house is made of cage wiring.
Jurassic Park.
What's that?
It was bad. It was crazy. And the birds flew in and they killed all the mice. And it went on for like 45 minutes. And then they all left. And we never had mice again. And we finished the house.
Sounds like a scene out of Evan Almighty.
That's an amazing
Just like
story.
the birds. It was horrible.
All right, Carly.
Okay.
Thank God you're all right.
Yeah, let's go to Dwayne in Minnesota. Dwayne?
What's going on, fellas?
What's
Hey.
up, Dwayne?
Not much. I was just gonna tell you to shut up and let her finish her story, but after that ending, you know.
Well, you see, we were kind of
you're
just...
right.
Dwayne, here's the brilliance of us, because I see what you're saying up there. Do you have to ruin every story? We knew that story was going nowhere fast, so we were trying to
I
get
got
some
you,
humor
bud.
out of it.
No, I
Yeah,
didn't know
just
where it was going,
goofing.
Dwayne. The bottom line is I knew she was going to get to the end. We were having fun with her along the way. What you don't understand, like, if we just would have let her say it, then you have to go back and recapture moments that you wanted to goof on. It doesn't work. So a lot of times...
I got you, Jimmy.
Okay, that was...
Ah, look at that. He's cutting you off now.
As long as he understands.
All right, Dwayne, thank you. Let's take a couple more here. Keith in Jersey. Keith?
Yo, how you doing? Oh, hey.
Hey.
Jimmy.
Hey.
I got a little story for Opie and his little garbage experiences.
Yeah.
I used to live in Manhattan, and after a nice long night of drinking, our stupid little game was to kick the garbage piles on garbage night and watch all the rats scatter. And
Fuck
we would
that.
all run after the rats and try stomping on them. And we used to catch a couple of them and make a nice little splatter.
That's like serial killer shit, though.
Yeah.
You know, there's a way to get rid of rats without just stomping on them with your boot.
By the way, that's a cool beginning to a story. That's not a cool story. It's a cool beginning. Like, that should be part one.
I think if you lined up 100 guys, I think there's maybe one that would actually run after a rat and try to stomp it to death. The rest of them, even though we'd all act like we're brave, most of us would be like, fuck that.
You know the best way to catch rats, and I found this, is you dip your dick in cheese. And then when the rats grab onto it, you flick their little heads. That sends out a message.
All right, let's go to Tony in Jersey. Tony.
Hey, Jimmy, you're on fire today. You're fucking killing me. I had a huge bong hit. It was probably a $6 toke, I swear to God. And you said my house is on a stick with a hole in the front. I lost the whole fucking thing. I talked for 2 minutes. You owe me, kid. I just wanted to let you know.
Right on, man. Let's go to Kansas City.
I didn't mean that, though, because that was a birdhouse.
Hey, guys, this is Kansas City Dave. Kansas City Dave, what's up?
How you guys doing?
All right.
I used to go to Oklahoma and stay with my ex-wife still because I still fucked her for a little while after we got divorced. And the last time I stayed at her house, I woke up and I felt something crawling, and I flipped the covers up, and there was a fucking roach crawling out of my ass crack. That was obviously under her covers when I went to bed.
By the way, do you know right now that roach is somewhere saying, and I thought it was a good place to hide. All of a sudden, warm, disgusting air passed over me. I was in a guy's asshole. And all his friends are laughing at him like, what'd you do? The guy just got the hell out of there.
Yeah.
Grossest thing ever.
Yeah, for both of you.
Thank you. Let's go to Frank at Freehold. Freehold.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
What's up?
Hey, nothing much. I wanted to tell you guys, I used to work for Con Edison, man.
Did
and
you?
a lot of the way that the roaches get into the buildings is through the ductwork. If we used to do a service job. If we didn't do a complete service job all the way, you have to pack all the ductwork. And if you don't do that, the roaches are definitely getting in the building that way.
I want to find where the roaches are hanging out in this freaking facility. The big guys. Where we take down something and all of a sudden
they just scurry all over the place.
That's what I'm looking for with this whole thing.
Frightening.
Let's go to Tom in Texas. Tom.
Hey, guys. The problem with baiting rats is that they die in your walls, and it smells bad, and also it can kill your dog or cat if the rat's dead. So I was going to say the whole conservation thing, it's more of just, circle of life crap, where a dog will eat a rat that's had the stuff in it, and also it dies in your walls, and you have to tear down walls to get the little fella out of your hair. But it stinks. It stinks.
Yeah, it seems like it would smell a dead rat in your wall.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, sir. Enough about the rat.